Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Aaron Rodgers putting the final touches on an MVP season. We are breaking down the performance versus the Bears. Let's get it started. Welcome to the QB School. All right, let's put a bookend on Aaron Rodgers' MVP season. His first touchdown pass. This one's going to be a little interesting here because he really passes over Davante Adams. This is usually a into the flat, number 2 to go on the same side. Either way, great vision coming back across. He just plays this play probably faster than it develops, and we'll be able to see it when we slow it down here, talk about exactly what he's being able to see when he sees it. But right here, he basically passes number 2 to make a great throw, an absolute strike on the back line. But this is one of those plays that many teams run down here, just different iterations for how to run a variation of what essentially is power pass. And what I'm talking about here is that we're going to get someone in the flat right out the gate. So this is usually 1, and then going that same direction is usually 2. Now whether this player comes across and is at the bottom underneath here, or if he comes across in kind of like the overpath, it takes a little bit more time, but it's usually 1 to the flat, 2 right here, and he's wide open right here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then what's usually happens here is that the design of the play is you usually get a pick here and a pick here. So depending on how you want to set this on this number 2, he can either go in between them or he can go under both of them. But either way, we are going to be able to go flat 1, this 2, and in my opinion, he gets off of it a little early. Now it works out here because he gets back to the low crosser, ends up hitting the high crosser in the back. We'll be able to see Adams here running number 2. It's even better on the back end view. But no to the flat. There it is. Back across. 17's not there quite yet, but you can see it develop right there, right? He's got 2 hands up, mailbox almost. Either way, great vision. You can tell how fast he processes from within the pocket, faster than the play develops. So again, the flat coming across. So he's no to the flat. And then right there you can see he's just not quite across yet. If you let him clear that right there, he's going to be wide open. Either way, he makes a nice throw coming up in the pocket. Again, off platform for Aaron, up in the pocket, and that's a strike. I mean, look at the accuracy. It's unreal. I will say just footwork-wise here, when you get down at the goal line from under center, I always thought it was a little disorienting to reverse out like this. I know it's a little bit, looks like power pass. Back coming, chopping down the last man on the line of scrimmage. Just, to me, I always felt a little disoriented, like I was spinning around like a top. But Aaron does a great job right there, fighting him. But you can see the play develop, how it develops. My goodness, watching film, Soldier Field is rough. This one right here, massive play. Bears can't get lined up, and they're really just asking their personnel to do things that nobody in the league can do. There are not any linebackers that can run a go route, a seam route with an NFL wide receiver. There just aren't. And this is putting your players in a position to fail. However you classify this pressure, as a sim, as a creeper, whatever it is, they're really only rushing 4. And we'll break it down here when we watch it again. But even though they get a free runner, he doesn't even get home because he's so far away. But that's just not fair. You can't put your personnel in positions like that. You got to have some sort of check to get out of this thing. And for me, when I'm thinking simulated pressure or creeper, really they're all the same thing. Just a matter of where you come from, depth or not. This is cover 0. And so really the only thing that matters on this play, because of how it ends up working itself out, is we're going right down the pipe, right? We're asking this player right here, that player, to be able to run and cover a go route from where he's at. I mean, look where he's at. He's standing in the A or the B gap here. To ask him to go cover this with all this field with nobody back here, like I just don't understand what's going on. Then the free runner is going to be this player right here. So he's coming from here. If you want to get a hit on somebody, you got to get him up there. You try to hit him with this creeper stuff from distance. He has a free run on Aaron. He doesn't even get touched. 10 years ago, he would have got blown up. But now he's not even going to get touched. And he's going to have enough time to throw this thing off. I mean, this is just not structurally advantageous to what they're doing. This is suboptimal on every single level. Again, one more time. Look at 20. They catch him. They manipulate a free runner. But, I mean, he could have thrown the hot to Adams. Wide open. He's got enough time to be able to hang in there. And that's not fair. I don't care what the down and distance is. You're trying to think they're not going to take a shot like that. They're always going to have a shot like that locked in. Again, they can't get lined up. But what ends up happening here is we're in 5-man protection. And really, they end up only rushing 4. Now, why would they do that? Well, they're trying to they're trying to still play it safe with their coverage unit. So these guys this is the guy who has to cover this guy on a go route. I mean, from right there, just imagine if you were like at practice and you were going to do one-on-ones and you say, all right, you do whatever you want, and I'm going to cover you from the B gap. Get out of here. Yeah. So, but then the pressure-wise here is we've got 5 offensive linemen. They're going to try to gather us with this nose. He's dropping out. He's dropping out. He's dropping out. The down and distance matters here because they think they're going to go short and shallow and fast. Well, what they end up doing here is they only bring 1. Here's the free runner, 20. We're here. We're here. They're only rushing 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is really a gather technique, and then he's following out once the center commits. So, I mean, it's all bad on every second level. I love the fact that Aaron doesn't hesitate, doesn't throw it hot needlessly, hold on to the ball. I mean, he takes 3 in an extra hitch. That's just not fair to 59. And it's a great job by Aaron. Great vision, great ability to see it, throw it, and deliver a strike. I mean, that's in stride perfect, but it doesn't get easier than that. That's just not sound ball. Feel bad for 59. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, let you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I appreciate the support for the channel. Then, new video this week for the Quarterback School Patreon community. Put the link in the corner of this video. We are breaking down the Alabama offense before the national championship game, the thriller SEC championship game versus Florida. Fired up for it. We'll be out later this week. Get over there. Join the Quarterback School Patreon community. All right, let's keep this one going. Next one here. They just dropped the number 3 going across the field. You know, again, struggling with covering the number 3 vertically. To me, this is one of these 2 linebackers who just needs to carry the number 3. Wall him off, make him go around you. Looks like 55 there from what the free safety's doing. But 49 coming across, just running a variation, a special right across the field. You know, I'm not familiar with this defensive stance from 55, but looks chill. I mean, right there, I'm imagining he needs to carry him, wall him off, make that throw a little bit more difficult. But it's always going to be difficult with how they're playing the shell of this thing. With Adams, it's the number 2 up top. So it looks like they're trying to basically get a pseudo double coverage up here. So when I'm saying double coverage, I'm talking about the middle field player right here. Technically, I think he should probably be in the middle of the field. It looks like a game plan thing where they basically trying to make this thing look like 2 over 1. Well, when you do that, now when the number 3 goes vertical, one of these 2 players, and unless you're in the room, you don't know, one of these 2 players needs to carry or at least make life difficult for that guy with this middle field player hedging to the fielder to the number 2. Again, the stance from 55 is distracting me, but you know, there's a lot of bad things going on here. Again, Aaron, great job seeing it, vision, base, easy flick, but again, that's wide open. No one touching him in the end zone. Again, right here at the snap, it looks to me like 59 would have that responsibility, but when he goes underneath him, you know, probably goes over to 55, pass him off on the shallow. But again, 55 doesn't look like he's ready to play. Great job by Aaron just seeing it. Develop great vision. I mean, it's so consistent. The vision, the accuracy, beyond special. And this one, it could have been a really special day. This little 3x1 post down here to the bottom of the screen, he absolutely murders the free safety here with his look off. Again, Adams up top, causing all sorts of issues for what they're trying to do structurally, leaves openings for everybody else. Watch 12's eyes here at the top destroy 38. That little nod right there. Again, I mean, this is murder. That nod right there, he runs over there, full speed. Look at that. How you drop that? That is a gift. So again, big number one target is up top. This is about as clean as you can get from middle of the field closed. Right there, middle field closed. We are in a variation of basically 3-by-1. Adams up top. They're always going to try to give help there with that kind of target. But we've got big tight end, wide receiver. We're coming up here and we're running a post here. We're running a go up top here. So when we look at the back of our drop this way, he is running out of here. We have this whole area of the field to throw this. Doesn't do it justice. This whole area of the field to do it. And it's all based off what? Off Aaron's eyes. This manipulation of this middle field player this way, and we're going to watch it right here, is about as good as it gets. And then to be able to throw an absolute strike. Now it's wide open, but this is, watch the middle field player. He's running. I mean, and you know, maybe it's a straight up double coverage. Well, if that's the case, then it's a great play call. 1, 2, 3, look over there, little sidestep and flick, and that is a strike. And that is a shame. Don't come back to the huddle. Again, one more time, just appreciating the construction of this thing and the eye manipulation. Did him dirty right there. I mean, it's nothing special. I mean, it's special because of how it works out, but right there, oh, get out of there. Boom. Sidestep, and that's a strike. I mean, oh, man. So good. And then there's some nice constructed plays here. Little RSO, run screen option. I like to run plays twice on this channel just so we get a chance to see it, but this is inside zone with a swing or a bubble. And how you play this play is usually, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. But if someone doesn't run with this motion, whatever you call this motion, tear, gash, gas, whatever you want, when you go, this goes in motion right here. If someone doesn't adjust, a lot of teams will just throw that. Nobody adjusts, throw it. Now that's versus a too high middle field open shell. And it's really, they've got 4/3 there, right? It would have been just as good handing the ball off here without knowing their exact rules. But again, if you see if he doesn't throw this, we've still got 5 blocking 5 going to the right, right? Like that's pretty good. Let's get it going with the zone there. Either way, 6-1, half dozen to the other. He likes it. This is how you get a great completion percentage. Yes, please. Get out there, have your guys block on the edge, make a guy miss. Great. They come back and run the same play, the same series. Hit it even bigger this time versus middle field closed. Man, nobody runs with him this time. Different shell construction. Go again. Just pick it up and throw it. I mean, that's even better of a look. What is happening on defense? Nobody runs with him. Has got him in man-to-man. All bad. Great job by Aaron being able to see it, throw it. Again, easy ones. That's great offensive architecture. Again, it's the same play. It's zone to the right, and it's swing or bubble to the left. Watch nobody go. What? You take him. I got him. Look at 55. You take him. I got him. What? Huh? Uh-oh. My goodness. So it's a combination of all those things. But I love Aaron's decisiveness, the constructions of the plays, and then they're going to get Davante Adams a touchdown. They come out right here, and I'm not sure how you leave him at the 5-yard line one-on-one with a slant, but they do, and this is easy. This is too easy. Stealing. Again, I got issues with post-field safeties down here in the tight red area. This is just too easy. Really, with how they line up, 3-by-1 weak here, with the free safety and the linebacker hedging strong to the number 3 strong, nobody's backside. Usually one of these two middle field players, and we'll show it again from the wide, but usually one of these two middle field players is going to help backside. They're both, in my opinion, looking here. Well, one of the best wide receivers is running a slant right over here one-on-one. So again, without knowing the rules of what they're asking these guys to do, that's not fair. That's not sound, consistent defense, putting their guys in a position to be successful. Again, we're getting a triple team on 13. While the guy with 17 touchdowns gets his 18th. Again, one more time. The other thing about this, usually I would say at a gun, these slants are catch and throws. But when it's press man, you give your wide receivers a little bit more time to work. A little time at the line of scrimmage. A little, Again, you can see Aaron's drop here. It's not quite catch and go. It's a little, almost like a pseudo 3. But again, the construction of what's going on with the free hitters here, the rat and the middle field player, not what I'm looking for. Big time. One more time. Again, watch 59-38. And they're looking like they're confused to me. Normally, you split up the responsibilities here. One goes to the 3, one goes to the 2. Tough. Too easy. All right, that is a wrap. Aaron Rodgers putting the final touches on an MVP season. Really fun to watch him have the season that he's had. He's always had the vision, the accuracy. I think for whatever reason, the production was down over the previous few seasons. Fun to see him kind of take what could have been a disaster of a draft and use it to turn in what was a really special performance all year. Really fun to see it evolve. Fun to see what they can do in the playoffs. Thanks for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.